Hi everybody, it's Annie with Polar Explorers and I'm on night 4 of my top 5 Arctic book reviews. If you haven't seen the earlier ones, check out our Facebook page because we've got 3 awesome books about Arctic exploration that I reviewed. Tonight's book, or today's book, is ranks pretty high up amongst the strangest expeditions to take place in Arctic history. And that's saying something because Arctic history is filled with all sorts of really crazy stuff going on expeditions. Stuff that's immoral and illegal and just filled with craziness. So to say that an expedition ranks up sort of towards the height of that, that's saying something. Anyways, today's book is called Weird and Tragic Shores. It's by Chauncey Loomis, and it's all about Charles Francis Hall and his expeditions. And Charles Francis Hall is a really interesting guy to read about. He was not born an explorer at heart. He became one. He was a publisher by training. He didn't know much about exploration or science or leading expeditions or anything, and that came back to haunt him on his 3rd expedition, which is what this story is mostly about. He had led a pretty interesting life and had spent some time up in the Arctic, and his earlier expeditions befriended an Inuit couple and spent some time learning to live off the land, which was pretty cool given that other people at this time frame were not doing that. This was at the height of kind of Arctic exploration frenzy in the United States, at least. The Franklin expeditions had gone missing. People were looking for them. The Arctic was in the news all the time. Elijah Kent Kane had gone out looking for Franklin and had come back and was a national hero in the United States. And it was really Elijah Kent Kane who inspired Charles Hall to decide to give it all up and become an Arctic explorer. In any case, because of his lack of any background in expeditioning or being the leader of an expedition, he chooses sort of a motley crew for his 3rd expedition, and it doesn't go well for him. You know, the scientific crew doesn't get along with the rest of them. There's a lot of mistrust, and it ends up really bad for him. But just when you think the expedition, like the whole point of the book has passed, and I'd so badly love to tell you more about this. Like, I want to tell you why it's so weird, but I can't because it'll ruin it. You'll have to discover it for yourself. But right when you think, okay, the weirdness has happened, that's what this book about. That's what this book is about. That's, for me, when the book actually starts to get exciting. It's really the second half of the story that to me is so incredible. Charles Hall is really fun to follow and fun to read about. He kept excellent journals, very detailed, super enthusiastic, lots of explanation points and underlines and words and caps. And that makes it fun because there's just a lot we know about what he's thinking and whatnot. One of the cool things about this story is that one of the people in it, the woman, the Inuk woman who really in the end held the expedition together, and she gets forgotten in history. When they came back and people are saying, oh my gosh, that's crazy, how could this possibly have happened, she gets completely left out of the story. But somebody has written a book about her, and it's called Midnight to the North, and it's about the same expedition, same story, but it covers her, and it's about her because she was completely left out of the story of the Charles Francis Hall expedition when they came back. So, and this happens a lot in Arctic history. You know, women, although there's a lot fewer of them than men, have a really significant role and are oftentimes the ones that are the glues that make the expedition successful and make it help everybody to come back, or if they don't come back, help them to, you know, live as long as they possibly could. But anyways, this book, after reading this one, really kind of brings it all together. So tonight's book, Weird and Tragic Shores, excellent. You won't be able to put it down. It's short, followed by Midnight to the North. And I'm in a real pickle for tomorrow because I've got one book left and I don't know what I'm going to do. But I've got some thinking and I'm excited for it. And so check back again tomorrow. Hope everybody's doing well. Bye-bye.